Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Sonnegrand here. Thank you so much for watching my video yesterday and all the questions I got from it. If you missed it, do make sure you check out my videos. I was talking to you about how to feel worthy. An important topic when I'm working with my clients as I help them redefine success the way they want for their business, their life, and their families. And it all comes down to a number of core elements, which today I would like to talk to you about. So, for example, I don't know how about you, but if you find yourself constantly proving your worth to other people, it often comes from a pattern from your childhood. I don't know if you can relate, and if you do, please let me know in the comments because most of them I can see I discovered. I would love to hear from you, and if not, I'll reply to you when I'm done, of course. But often it comes from childhood. We were taught, we go to school, we need to get good grades, we need to prove ourselves enough, to get that confirmation from the adults around us that if you do X, then you get Y, and that's how we often learn that if you do stuff, you get the reward, right? But when we grow up, especially if you grew up in a similar toxic environment like I grew up, no amount of things you do will ever be enough. So you end up chasing the constant fix of doing the next thing, doing more things, saying yes to more things, and more and more and more. And you find yourself at the end of the day completely exhausted, completely drained, because no matter how much you do, it will never be enough because you can't solve that core issue. The real reason why you're doing this is because in your core, in yourself, is telling yourself you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, and it can lead to when I work with some of my clients, like they're completely burnt out because they keep chasing that next thing because in their mind their amount of worthiness, their amount of productivity, their amount of enoughness is linked to their income, the amount of clients, the amount of social media likes, posts, and there is no amount of things you can do that will ever give you the feeling of being enough unless you already feel enough on the inside. So if you're watching this, do let me know if this can relate, if you can relate, and this clicks with you, because this is a real important issue, and especially in the month of May when we're talking about mental health, and especially, of course, the work that I do, mental health for business owners, entrepreneurs, CEOs. It's such an important thing to understand that if you find yourself constantly overworking or saying yes to too many things or worried about what other people might think, it comes down to you not believing yet, because if you hang around enough in my space, that will shift, that you believe on a core level that you are not worthy of what it is you desire, that you are not enough. And yeah, it's an endless cycle of not enoughness and more things to do and more things on your to-do list. And it's absolutely draining, right? So when we're diving into this, if I worked with one-to-one with a client, it's a journey, right? We'll dive in, we'll see what story comes up. I work with the body. I really use our body as a guidance because we know our body stores these memories. Um, so not enoughness is often in the core, but it can also show up in other places of your body. So if you find yourself, for example, always have that nagging pain that doesn't go away, it may just be a memory that we need to deal with and help you shift it so you can move forward again. So when we dive in, to give you my own example, is what I discovered when I was doing this is that when I was doing the inner child work around this, right? You've got my 6-year-old, 5-year-old little version, and then me. Often with the healing work, we shift the energy around it. But I was saying to my husband, it's like there's no logical way I can do this. Right? Oh, I see a couple comments coming through. Hi, Brenda. It's great to see you live. I'm talking about not feeling like you're good enough, and I just ask if anyone has any examples. If they feel like sharing, please do. I would love to hear from you. But to continue with my story, so when I was diving into this concept of not feeling worthy myself, is that somewhere along the line. I made the decision that I wasn't good enough because no matter what I did, I couldn't be the person other people wanted me to be around me, and that set me up for how many years of just that feeling of not enoughness. And if you don't feel enough, you know what I'm talking about. It's a shitty feeling to have, right? It really feels like, I don't know, like that. For me, it feels like a darkness flowing around and like big cloudy kind of space. It's just like sometimes it's in my stomach, sometimes in my chest. It just moves around, and it's just really uncomfortable to even go there at times because obviously we're enough, and we should know we're enough, but feeling it is a whole different cup of tea, of course. So as we were doing the healing work, and so I was talking to my husband about it, about how can I place these elements that my younger self can know that she's worthy, and yet go through all these things that I know are coming for her, because it wasn't for the faint-hearted, right? So as we're doing it, I had a big light bulb moment go off, and like proper ding 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 ding, right? And the thing is you are enough just because you are. You are here, you are alive, you are worthy. That's it. There's no amount of things you do. You don't about things to achieve. You don't need to go out and get yourself published in what kind of books, magazines, show up at podcasts, do all these kind of things to prove that, you have those and these things, so therefore you are worthy. No, forget out about all of this. Forget about the profits. Forget about the bottom line. Forget about all these things. The real shift you can make on a core level is that if you decide, no matter what I do today, no matter what gets done, I am enough. So that's quite, of course, a shift to make. I'm sorry, I got a really tickly nose, so if I need to sneeze, I apologize in advance. But this is the core of the work we're doing. We're claiming, despite our flaws, despite our imperfections, despite the way maybe you may look or maybe you may feel, or what's going on in our life or in our marriage or in a business, no matter where we are on what level of success, we claim it for ourselves, because it's our birthright to feel like we are enough. And if you're like, what the hell you're talking about? How am I supposed to do that? I know. It's a journey, right? It's a new way of being, a new way of embodying. And I'm actually launching my new group program in a few weeks. So if you're interested in diving into this more, I'm looking for 10 women where we are going to shift your not enoughness, your not worthiness, into starting to accept that you are enough and that you are, amazing. And everything that will come from that, from shifting that feeling on your core. So we'll work together for 4 weeks, and the first 3 people will sign up will get a free one-to-one coaching session where I help you really get to your core issue to help this shift. And it's often also has to do with generational patterns and things. So for those of you not familiar with generational patterns, it has to do with, for example, your mother got taught she's not enough, that she learned that from her mother, she learned that from her grandmother, and so on, right? So it's behavior that if you're struggling to break this pattern, it may not even be yours. And it's not until we dive in to shifting this and reclaiming this as your reality, and as I say, make it into a 21st century vibes that actually serve you, that's when everything will fall in its place. So if that's you, send me a message. I'm looking for 10 women. It's a small investment compared to my private coaching program. So I'm really looking forward to helping 10 of you feel enough, feel worthy, and go after the success and the things your soul desire, because you are enough and you are worthy of anything you want. But for now, I'm gonna sign off. I hope this helps. If you want to repeat the affirmation, it was I am worthy because I am. That's it. That's how simple it is. You don't need to go out to do any things, no things to put on your to-do list, but allow yourself to feel I'm worthy because I am. But for now, that's me signing off. I hope you have a wonderful day and talk soon. Bye.